BTS's Jimin and Jungkook steal the spotlight on their first night of vacation. The first night of Jimin and Jungkook BTS's vacation really stole the attention of the ARMY and the public. Although both are known to often appear on stage charming, it is precisely in such a simple moment as a holiday that the warm and what-is side of these two BTS magnae is so obvious. Since the news of their departure circulated, many fans have been guessing what the excitement of Jimin and Jungkook's vacation is like. But no one expected that in just a matter of hours after arriving at the destination, both of them immediately made a splash. That night, Jimin and Jungkook looked very relaxed. They walked both of them around the area in casual clothes, without many flashy escorts. Precisely, this is what makes the ARMY wrong focus, because it is as if the two are enjoying the night like two close friends who want to breathe fresh air carefree. Jungkook in a sporty style and Jimin in an oversized sweater looked so comfortable, as if this vacation was indeed a safe space for both of them. Some lucky fans got to see the moment firsthand. From the stories of fans, the two did not stop talking, laughing, and even had time to sit in a small cafe while enjoying a warm drink. This simple scene made many people feel as if they were watching a real drama. Two of the world's big stars, you can act like an ordinary young man. More surprisingly, there was a small moment that made ARMY even more emotional. While walking on a rather slippery night road, Jungkook seemed to spontaneously hold Jimin's arm so as not to slip. This reflex action made many people judge how strong Jungkook's protective instinct was towards Jimin. Meanwhile, Jimin actually laughed at the moment with a sweet expression that made the atmosphere melt. Shortly thereafter, social media exploded. Photos and short videos circulating make hashtags such as #JungkookVacation and #JiminJungkook immediately dominate global trending topics. ARMY many wrote how happy they were to see their two idols able to enjoy being together off stage. There are also those who write, first night of vacation, but it feels like the first night in a romantic drama. The warmth of the night seemed to be the perfect opening for their next vacation days. Many fans are sure that the simple but meaningful moment will remain in memory, not just for Jimin and Jungkook, but also for the millions of soldiers who witnessed their togetherness. The atmosphere of Jimin and Jungkook's vacation night felt so intimate and warm, almost like a scene from a movie full of emotions. When the two decide to stop by a small cafe near the inn, ARMY who happened to be there immediately realized that this was not just an ordinary moment. Dim cafe lights, soothing coffee aroma, and the sound of soft music playing in the background creates the perfect atmosphere. Jimin chose to sit in the corner of the table near the glass window, a place where the light of the street lamp reflected his silhouette beautifully. He smiled slightly while removing the mask that had been covering his face, making visitors who knew him even more stunned. Jungkook, with a relaxed but attentive expression, sat facing each other while occasionally looking at Jimin with a clearly meaningful look. Many say that the gaze is not an ordinary gaze. There was something so deep, as if Jungkook was trying to make sure that Jimin really felt comfortable in that place. ARMY who saw immediately admitted almost unable to hold back emotions, because the gaze seems to say more than 1,000 words. Jungkook's gaze that night wasn't just a friend's gaze. It was more like the gaze of someone who truly appreciated the presence of the person in front of him. Meet one of the fans at the venue. Their interaction at the table was full of small moments that made the atmosphere more alive. Jimin had joked about Jungkook's drink being too sweet, making the two laugh to attract the attention of other visitors. Jungkook then foolishly tries to offer Jimin his drink, and although he initially refused, Jimin finally took a few sips while holding back laughter. This simple moment was captured in several blur photos that ended up spreading on social media, make people all over the world smile. Not stopping there, there was a moment where Jimin looked a little tired after a day of travel. Jungkook quickly leaned over as if to make sure Jimin was okay. His hand had touched the back of Jimin's chair, giving a protective impression that made many fans goosebumps. Jimin responded with a gentle smile, as if to signal that he was okay, but the small attention from Jungkook clearly made him feel calmer. Outside the cafe, the atmosphere is more relaxed. The streets wet from the afternoon rain reflect the light of the lamps, creating a natural romantic landscape. When he came out, Jungkook opened the door for Jimin first, a simple gesture that again made the fans at the location cheer softly. They then walked hand in hand on the sidewalk, and when the evening breeze was cold, Jimin pulled his sweater close. While Jungkook looks like he wants to offer his jacket, Jimin refuses with a smile. All those little moments, looks, smiles, jokes, and attention managed to make the first night of their vacation a hot topic in cyberspace. Army Ramai wrote that the moment was a simple portrait of happiness, that they had always prayed for both of their idols. In fact, many say this holiday will probably be a precious memory that will continue to be remembered by Jimin, Jungkook, and also the fans. The next day, Jimin and Jungkook's holiday atmosphere is increasingly discussed. If the previous evening was full of warmth and intimacy in a small cafe, during the day they decided to get out and enjoy the atmosphere of the city. The sun is shining brightly, the sky is blue without clouds, and the fresh air welcomes his second step when seen walking in a popular tourist area filled with tourists. Jimin looks simple in a loose white shirt combined with light blue jeans and a bucket hat that makes him look youthful. Jungkook, on the other hand, opted for an oversized black hoodie with cargo pants, a casual style typical of him that remains stylish. Although both try to appear ordinary, attention is still inevitable. Some people on the set recognized them, but tried to keep their distance so as not to interfere with the personal moments of their idols. Army, who saw, immediately described the atmosphere as seeing two close friends who were enjoying a carefree life. Jimin looked very cheerful, occasionally stopping to take photos of the scenery with the small camera he carried. Jungkook was caught on camera several times by fans secretly taking photos of Jimin, and it was this moment that immediately made a splash. "He's not a landscape photo, but more Jimin photos," wrote one of the fans who claimed to be on site. There was one sweet moment when Jimin almost slipped on a rather slippery, rocky road. With quick reflexes, Jungkook immediately grabbed his arm and held it back from falling. The little moment made Jimin laugh while patting Jungkook on the arm, but for Army, who saw it, the scene was like a real piece of romantic drama. Why do they always get us wrong? An Army comment on Twitter whose post went viral immediately. After a walk, the two were seen stopping by a local restaurant famous for its traditional dishes. Jungkook, who is known to have a big appetite, seemed enthusiastic about trying various menus. Jimin joked several times with an amused expression when he saw Jungkook eating voraciously, even recording it with his cell phone. Army, who managed to get a photo of their silhouettes from outside the restaurant window, said the atmosphere inside looked so warm. After lunch, the two continued their journey to the beach not far from there. This is where Army's attention really exploded on social media. Jungkook and Jimin were seen taking off their footwear and walking on the sand, occasionally laughing while playing in the water. Jimin looked so happy, throwing his broad smile. Meanwhile, Jungkook kept looking around, as if he wanted to make sure Jimin was always safe. Many fans call this moment on the beach the peak of their holiday happiness. Photos of them taken from a distance show the silhouettes of two figures walking side by side, accompanied by the light of the afternoon sun that began to dim. The image led many to write emotional comments. "They look so free. That's what we want most, to see them happy and carefree." That afternoon, as the sky began to turn golden orange, Jimin and Jungkook sat by the beach enjoying the sunset. Without superfluous words, the atmosphere as if speaks for itself: calmness, closeness, and a sense of comfort that can only be created from a strong bond.